Have you heard about the Georgia woman who is currently being kept alive on life support so that her baby that she's currently pregnant with can make it to term? Because according to Georgia law, that fetus is past the 6 weeks mark. And so the medical establishment has to do everything it can to ensure that that fetus makes it to viability. Reproductive health advocates, and I'm reading from the 19th. This article is from the 19th. Reproductive health advocates are sounding the alarm over the case of a pregnant woman in Georgia who was declared brain dead months ago, but now must stay on life support, according to her family, because of the state's strict abortion ban law. Adriana Smith, a 30-year-old nurse from the Metro Atlantic area, experienced a medical emergency in February that involved blood clots in her brain. Smith, who was about 9 weeks pregnant at the time, was declared legally dead. Her mother, April Newkirk, told Atlanta TV station 11 Alive Action News. Newkirk said that the staff at Emory University's network of hospitals told her they cannot remove the devices that are helping Smith to breathe because of the state's 6-week abortion ban. The staff said they are legally required to keep Smith breathing until the fetus reaches viability. She's been breathing through machines for more than 90 days, Newkirk told the television station. It's torture for me. I see my daughter breathing, but she's not there. And her son, I bring him to see her. Adriana also has a 5-year-old son. So this case put a spotlight on the consequences of restricted abortion bans following the 2022 overturning of Roe v. Wade, which had guaranteed a federal constitutional ban on abortion. Georgia's abortion ban has an exception for a pregnancy that threatens the life of the pregnant person, but Smith's case doesn't fall under those exceptions since Smith is brain dead. The pregnancy no longer poses a risk to her life. Woof. Talk about the dehumanization. Well, she already did. So we don't need to follow the law that says if this pregnancy risks the person's life, that we have to terminate the pregnancy. We don't have to follow that because she already did. The dehumanization is wild. And because Smith's fetus still has a heartbeat, the family said that she must still be kept on life support to comply with Georgia's abortion ban. So originally, Smith had initially gone to seek medical treatment in February because she was experiencing intense headaches. And she went to the hospital. They gave her medication. But the next day, her boyfriend found her at home gasping for air. And so he took her to the hospital. And she was seen by different doctors in the Emory University hospital system. And a CT scan showed that she had blood clots in her brain. And subsequently, she was declared brain dead. Okay. But she was 9 weeks pregnant at the time. Now she's currently 21 weeks pregnant. And according to the hospital staff, they plan to keep Adriana breathing until she is at least 32 weeks pregnant. So she was 9 weeks pregnant when she was declared brain dead. She's 21 weeks pregnant today. And they plan to keep her on these machines, taking all this medication, because keeping someone alive on, machines, keeping someone who's brain dead alive, it's not just keeping them on a breathing machine. They got to give them all kinds of medications in order to keep their hormones, in proper levels, and in order to combat all of the side effects of keeping somebody on a ventilator for so long, and to combat any potential infections, et cetera, et cetera. It's not just keeping someone on a breathing tube, right? It's so much more than that. So they're doing all of this, and they're going to continue doing that for the next until 32 weeks. And she was brain dead at 9 weeks, y'all. And not only that, but Smith's fetus also has fluid on the brain, which carries unknown implications for the baby's health and their future. Quote, she's pregnant with my grandson, but he may be blind, may not be able to walk, may not survive once he's born. The decision should have been left to us. Now we're left wondering what kind of life he'll have, and we're going to have to be the ones raising him, end quote. That is Smith's mother talking about the situation. So not only are they keeping this brain dead woman alive for weeks on end in order to allow the fetus to continue to grow to viability, 32 weeks, not only are they keeping her alive, but it's also impacting the baby. Of course, this baby is getting pumped full of all of the drugs and prescriptions and medications that they're pumping the mom full of to keep her alive. Of course. And now nobody knows what condition that baby is going to be in when he is born. And the mother is right, because now that burden is going to be on the family depending on what condition this baby is born in. Or even worse, what if this little baby dies soon after being born? You mean to tell me you kept my daughter on life support from 9 weeks to 32 weeks? What's that? 23 weeks you kept her on life support, and then the baby might not even survive? This is the post Roe v. Wade world that we live in, y'all. This is it. This is the world. We live in a world now where if you happen to be pregnant and something happens to you and you end up brain dead, we will keep your lifeless body alive on machines, pumping it full of medicine, full of drugs, just so that the baby can make it to viability. As long as you are 6 weeks pregnant or more. So that 6 weeks clumps of cells is more important than letting someone die with dignity. Ladies, this is what the male establishment thinks of us.